When I was young, my brother and I built a boat with our father. We spent several years sailing and exploring the Patuxent River. And then I met Tony.
Peter and I spent many happy times on that boat, and so when we got married, we built a larger boat and ventured out into the Chesapeake Bay and its many rivers.
We crewed on larger boats with dreams of sailing the world, but then life took another turn.
Today, we look forward to retirement with dreams of leaving it all behind. Come join us on our journey to sail the seas.
The first thing is the Barbie, what the Aussies call a Barbie. It's a
Which
griddle,
we didn't think
it's
much
a
of
grill.
It's not a griddle. Oh, it is a griddle.
It's like a hibachi, teppanyaki type of, it's not what Americans will think
we
as a
didn't
grill.
think
We
of it as
expect
a grill.
grates and stuff like that. And we'll do an episode on this type of grill later. Okay, see when calls that a grill? That's not really a grill. This is not a grill. Not a grill that any true American would consider a grill. That's more of a cooktop, teppanyaki, hibachi, but not really a grill. A true American, this is a grill. This is the Weber 670 Summit model. 60,000 BTUs. Ho, 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 ho. It has grates, oven warmer, a smoking box, a side burner, a rotisserie built into the grill to cook. This is what most Americans think of as a grill. Not this thing, but this thing. So the first thing that me and Tony were going to replace on that C1 1260 was the grill. We were going to take that out and replace it with a Weber style grill with the grates. Before we replace any type of grill on that C1 1260, that little teppanyaki thing, we're going to convert this grill to a cooktop, similar. So I can learn to cook on a cooktop rather than a grill. And then we're going to compare differences. Is this an option that we're willing to swap out or not? So we're going to do that today. Boo! Okay, we took our Weber grill and we converted it to a cooktop. I had this cooktop made by Griddle Master Joe. I'll put the link down here somewhere so you can check it out. This is not a stainless steel as the C1 is. Stainless steel would have been better. This is just a steel griddle that I had to go through the process of seasoning. You season this much like you season a cast iron pot or a carbon steel frying pan. So we're going to go and we're going to do some cooking here. We'll do those Skewer-Less Shish-Kabobs, and then we'll talk about what I like and what I don't like about cooking on a flat top while we're cooking those famous Skewer-Less Shish-Kabobs. My famous Shish-Kabobs minus the skewers. I'll share the recipe one day. Here's my skewer shish-kebab recipe. This is a pretty easy recipe to make. You can prepare it ahead of time and you can cook it on a flat top. We use vegetables. I'm going to start with the vegetables. 1 piece of squash, to cut it in half should be enough for 2 people. So this squash would be enough for 2 people. I'm going to cut it, split it down the middle, and just chop it into 1/2 inch blocks. Put that to the side. A zucchini, same thing. 1 zucchini should be enough for 2 people. You split it down the side. Now if you end up with too many vegetables, not a problem. These should be fine. Put it on a bowl. Squash. You got these bowls. These are nested bowls, stainless steel bowls. I am definitely going to get them for the boat. Put the compost in that one. Dump the vegetables into this one. So that's our squash and zucchini. We'll get some peppers out of the garden. And these peppers, I've cut cord. And I'm just going to split them in half. Chunk them like you would for a shish kebab, even though we're not going to skewer these. Skewering is a pain in the butt. You have to put all the vegetables and meat on a skewer. They don't cook at the same rate, so your meat usually ends up dry. Or you're putting skewers just for the meat, just for the squash, just for the onions. I don't like doing that. This is far easier and tastes way better. And this is a variation of a recipe that I used to do on the grill, but now that we have a flat top, or Apache style, or Tappyaki style, or grill, whatever you want to call it, this is the way we do it. We got onions. The onions to use in this is sweet onions, like a Vidalia onion or a Georgia sweet. Don't get the very strong onions. It's going to give you gas. It's not going to add much to the taste. These you can almost eat like an apple. Very sweet. I'm just going to chunk them up. Throw them in there. Chunk them up. Throw them in there. And then some cherry tomatoes. I got some cherry tomatoes. I rinsed them. I'm just going to dump them in vegetables. And mushrooms. Now, a lot of people will eat the portobello, the creamy, the buttons. They're all portobello mushrooms. They're just the size that gives them a different name. No nutritional value whatsoever. All they do is give you gas, make your stomach. These are shiitake. So if you can get hands on shiitake or maitake or lion's mane or some of those good mushrooms, these are very nutritional and very tasty. Some people pull the stems off because they say it's too woody. I don't think it is, so I've rinsed these. These are shiitakes. We're gonna dump them in. So that's it for the vegetables. I have the vegetables cut up. We'll take the meat next. So then we go with the meat. There's some good steaks. Ribeye and filet are my favorites, but you don't want to desecrate a ribeye by marinating in any type of marinade. So what I usually prefer is a nice strip steak. They tend to be very dry, but you're gonna marinate it anyway. It's gonna be tender. I cut some of this crap off, the fat and muscle, and send it, and then I'll just cube the steaks up. Again, compost. I'm gonna just go down the side, and I'm just gonna cube it up. Now this is more than enough for 2 people. In the end, Monica is visiting us. I'm gonna get another bowl. Use this bowl, put the meat in there, get it out of the way, start with the next steak. So we got our steak done, we have our vegetables done. I did the steak last, so I didn't have to wash it in between. If you've done the steak first, you never want to mix your meat and vegetables. Anyway, let's get started on the marinade. Hey, let's make up the marinade. Again, I'll go to my nested bowls. I think this is gonna be big enough. Making sure it's clean, it's clean. Measuring cup, and the first thing I want to do is 1/2 cup Worcestershire sauce. I'll put the recipe at the link down there somewhere. Here's some that I have left over. So that's 1/4 cup. Oops. Come on. You can't have too much Worcestershire. That's about 1/4 cup there. Throw it in the bowl. Soy sauce, 1/4 cup soy sauce. Now this, we use the low sodium soy sauce. When we make this, there is no reason to add salt. There's enough salt in these containers here to be more than enough salt, even though we're using the low sodium. So a quarter cup of soy sauce. Okay, add that to the bowl. 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now don't use extra virgin olive oil because the sear point or the flash point is way too low. You're going to turn your grill dark. The olive oil is going to become dark and your food will look burnt. What you want is an extra light virgin olive oil. This has a higher sear point. This is ideal for sauteing, baking, and frying. So this is what we're looking at. So this is what you want to use. It's still olive oil, and we're looking for 1/4 cup of this as well. Add that to the bowl, and then we're going to get some Dijon mustard. gray Poupon pot meat. Do you have any gray Poupon? We want about a teaspoon, I think. Oh, a tablespoon. So we're gonna wing it. We can't have too much. That's about a tablespoon. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's a little bit heaping, but it'll be okay. Okay, minced garlic here, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Again, I'll grab one of these spoons out. That's not a tablespoon. Minced garlic, I take, again, you can't have too much. That's about a tablespoon, right? It's heaping. Tony's behind the camera. Brown sugar. This goes to something. I need to get this stuff out of the way. Okay, brown sugar. I know I have brown sugar here. So we're going to put a tablespoon of brown sugar in it. Yeah, these are heaping. And we'll put this out of the way. Then we get to, this is basil, a teaspoon of basil. Dry parsley here. We'll do a teaspoon of that. Yeah, that's good. And I'm looking at a recipe over here, and we have a teaspoon of black pepper. And I think lemon juice. I hope that's a teaspoon, or is this a tablespoon?
A teaspoon.
Okay. It's all good. Teaspoon of dry rosemary. Let's not forget that. These dry herbs should be easily storable on a boat. Okay. And then lemon juice. Let me get my knife.
FYI, Peter never measures.
I approximate. A good chef approximates. Okay, we're going to squeeze some fresh lemon juice in here and then mix this up. It's about 2 tablespoons. Perfect. Into the compost, and then we're going to mix this. Theoretically, I could dump the marinade into the bowls here, but what I like to do when I marinate vegetables and meat is put it in a bag. That way I can squeeze all the air out. So we'll do that. My mustard's not coming off the spoon. I gotta get every bit of that Dijon. Yeah, I can just drink this like lemonade. Okay, let's get some bags. I'm gonna dump the meat into this nice bag over here. Theoretically, I could have just put the meat in the bag to begin with and saved from washing the dish. I do the meat and vegetables separately. Once you marinate the meat, unless you cook the marinade with the meat, you don't want to be drinking it. And dump this in there. I want to make sure all the meat is covered. And marinated. And then I'm going to zip it up, and I am going to squeeze every bit of air out of this because I want the meat to be touching nothing with the marinade. So that looks good. That marinade has no place to go but onto the meat. I'll set that aside, and then we're going to do the vegetables next. Marinate the vegetables. We're going to do the same thing, put them in the bags. Okay, we're gonna add the vegetables in this big jumbo bag and then add the marinade. Same thing as we did with the meat. I'm gonna make a mess. I'm gonna do some by hand at first. Something went down. Into the vegetables. Wow. Massage it. Make sure that marinade's all in the vegetables here. The vegetables are a little bit harder. But the vegetables aren't going to soak up a lot of the marinade like the meat does. So we're just trying to get the taste on here. And then we're going to start squeezing every bit of air that we can out. And this is a little bit hard. Because we want no air. We just want the marinade. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Delicious. What I'm going to usually do is I'll soak this, put this in the refrigerator. I usually do it overnight, but you can do it for 4 hours, should be sufficient. But usually I prep this the afternoon before and then do it overnight for tomorrow's dinner. So tomorrow we're going to cook this on the hibachi style grill, and you'll have my comments or thoughts on what I think about the hibachi style grill, the cooked out flat top tagliati, whatever you want to call it, versus a regular grated grill. So see you outside. Okay, we're preheating my hibachi takoyaki style grill. We're getting ready to cook. I have my rice, I have my spatulas, I have my bowls, I have vegetables, and I have the meats. And I think I got everything. Well, something's missing. I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I am ready to grill. First, we're going to put some light oil on this. Again, this is extra light olive oil. You don't want the sear points too high. And we're just going to give this a grease down. I'm going to rub it on here. Give it a nice coat. We're going to start with the vegetables because the vegetables take the longest. So we're going to just dump the vegetables right from the bag onto the grill. You got to be careful, it might steam up. And we're just going to spread it around and cook it. Oh, it smells delicious. The most important thing about grilling, proper hydration. Okay, I got this on medium. Usually I cook to medium low. One of the things about doing it on this takoyaki style is this stuff is not going to fall down the grate, which is great. That's something I've always had issues with. Pieces of vegetables and onions come apart and I lose them or sacrifice them down the grate. So right away, this is a good thing. You can never do this on the grill. You would have to skewer this, which is a pain in the butt. And we'll let these simmer here a little bit. I might even close the lid, get some of that steaming action going, and we'll see what happens. Okay, look at that. That's looking delicious. I converted this about a year ago, and I've grilled a lot of stuff on this cooktop. It takes me about 10 minutes to go from this cooktop back to the old grate. But lately I've cooked exclusively on this cooktop because I can cook anything on here. You could theoretically even cook hamburgers. Hotcakes, pancakes, flapjacks, whatever you want to call them.
On eggs.
Bacon, eggs, yeah, even eggs. So it's very nice. And with this cooktop, what I've noticed is the heat is evenly distributed. On the grill, you had hot spots and cool spots, and you really had to know the grill. But this is all evenly distributed. And I'll just get this going, put these vegetables in there. Then we're going to throw on the rice, and then we're going to throw on the meat. We love the meat. Look at that, that's delicious, that just smells so good.
Shh, don't tell Peter, but I pretend not to be able to cook so I can sit here and have some wine while he's doing all the work.
Okay, I think the next thing we need to start is the rice. These vegetables are cooking nicely, they smell delicious. For this rice, I got pre-cooked rice. You can cook it, usually it cooks better if you cook it the day ahead and chill it. I am going to throw some water in here. Put a little bit of grease down. Spread it out. And then just turn it over like that. And I got one of these for my pal, Griddle Master Joe. And that allows me to cover it up, collect the steam. You will never be able to cook a rice on a grill. You can only do it on a cooktop. So this is one of the things I like. The other thing I like about the cooktop is there is no flare-ups. Absolutely no flare-ups because everything is contained in here. I have had flare-ups this high up. You see it over here. We've seen boats where it looks like the boat's on fire because the grill is flare up. Believe me, a ball of fire is not something you want on your boat while you're cooking dinner. So I really like that idea that there's no flare up while you're cooking on this cooktop. The other thing I've noticed is because everything is being dissipated here, I save a lot on propane. I go through a 20-pound cylinder about every month and a half. This cylinder right here is half full and it's over a year old. I use a whole lot less propane cooking on the cooktop. So these vegetables are okay. They're cooking fine. I don't know how the rice is going to turn out. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. There might be some rice stuck to the bottom. And we're going to let that cook just for a little bit, and then we're going to throw the meats on. The meat, you don't want to overcook. And then I need my important nectar of the gods, my hydration. Dump the meat. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Oh, that's just, oh. I'm having an orgasm.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so we've been on this Sea-Wind 1260 about 10 days now out on the bay, Chesapeake Bay, and we have almost exclusively, at least for dinner anyway, cooked on the cooktop. And it's wonderful because it's all up in the cockpit, everybody can be there. And the other thing I would add, if it's a rainy day, not a hurricane, but a rainy day, the cockpit's covered. So you can still cook on the grill. So it's wonderful.
It's a nice compromise from the galley being down and on the Sea-Wind because we're up on the cockpit and we do most of our cooking up there anyway. So it's worked out extremely well. I'm happy with this grill top. When we converted this, I was very, very skeptical. I was very skeptical. I need more nectar of the gods.
He's had a little too much beer.
I wish. But it's worked out rather well. I mean, we were kind of worried about it, but
yeah,
we're definitely going to go with the cooktop as is on the Sea-Wind. They have this figured out. There's a lot of benefits to this. Big one, food doesn't slip through the grates. You can cook just about anything, and you don't have flare-ups, and you use less propane. So it's a win-win situation. I'm really happy with it.
And we love this recipe, by the way. This is one of our favorites. He has adapted it to this cooktop.
Okay, this looks ready, so we're going to take it off. Hold it over, please. Hold it out so your hand is not ready. The it gets hot, just let me know. Now we're going to clean this. Now cleaning this is a little bit different than you would on a Seawind, because Seawind you have a little grease trap tray that goes in there. Remember, that little cup that catches the grease and the liquids fill up way too fast. But cleaning it is very similar. What I'm doing right now is I'm simply scraping as much as I can off of here. You need a flat spatula. Most of it scraped off here, and we'll move this over. Whoops, look at that, I'm trying to sneak by. And then I usually have a little bowl, these nested bowls. They're great, you need to get one. And I just take all this and scrape it off into the bowl. And then I'll just take plain old water and just nothing cleans better than steam. So don't worry, oh, you're not using soap, you're not using detergent. Don't worry about it. Steam is the ultimate cleaner. That's once. Usually I do it 2 times. I run the spatula on there because the steam will also clean the spatula. Okay. Dump it into my little bowl. I just have a regular rag here, and I'm just going to do a wipe down on it. Now you have to be careful. The other downside of a griddle like this is there's a lot of steam. The steam hits it, and it comes back up at you where the other grill is not so much. So I'm just doing a wipe down. I'll do this 2 or 3 times. This is the second wipe. And we are done.
Show us how dirty the rag is.
Don't worry about the rag. Steam is going to disinfect or any of that. And you can wash the rag, rinse it out, or they're cheap enough, you can throw it away. And then we turn off. If you notice, I was cooking on low for the most part. And we'll just go through, turn all these off. Then I'm going to go on and turn the gas off, just like you would on a boat. I would yell down to somebody, say, hit the gas. Actually, the Seawind has a little gas valve there. You can turn it off. And we are done. Look at that. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Something like that. Let me taste this. You sure married up.
Well, I definitely need to get him to do all the cooking. Notice Peter's rice is separate.
I don't want him touching. The rice is delicious too. The wine is very good, complements the heartiness of the meat. Well, what do you think? Are we going to get the flat top griddle?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I think this confirms with it. We cooked on this thing for over a year. We love it. Love it a lot better than I thought we ever would. Seawind did get it right. We're
Especially for a boat.
Follow the Australian philosophy. If it cooks and it's outside, it's a Barbie, regardless. And that's what this is. So if you like what we're doing, or you like this recipe, or you like this meal, click the like button, click the subscribe button, ring the bell. Thumbs up's always nice, right? And we'll see you.
And comment. Give us some comments.
We love to hear some comments.
Share some recipes with us.
And we'll see you in the next episode, right? We have to simulate and pretend. We're in the cockpit of the 1260.
Except we won't have live flame candles.
Feel it rocking in the gentle breeze in the secluded anchorage with the tropical breeze. You feel it?
I feel it.
You feel it?